Hi, I'm John from Cafeology. Just want to run through a few things that might help you out if you're turning your equipment back on after a long period out of use. First thing to check is the water supply. Somewhere around the machine there will be a stop tap, usually below the machine. It could be behind the machine. Generally speaking, the stop tap's off if the lever or the screw is across the pipe. You need to make sure it lines up with the pipe, and that will be on. There are different types of stop tap. There are smaller stop taps, such as this one. Again, if it's in line with the pipe, it's on. If it's across the pipe, it's off. So just check that all the stop taps are on in the system, and maybe check with people who've been in the building since it closed down to make sure that they've not turned off the supply to the area altogether because of another leak or just to be on the safe side. So now we'll move on to the waste pipe, which usually comes out of the middle of the machine and comes down through a cupboard or a fitting, and you'll find it going into the waste pipe underneath here. Or sometimes it just goes into a container or a bucket. Just check that that pipe's still fastened onto the machine, because if there's been a deep clean in the area and someone's moved the machine, it may have come off, or it may have come out of the waste pipe at the bottom there. Also make sure that it definitely runs downhill all the way, because water won't flow uphill, and you will get a blockage. With a traditional machine, you usually have 2 or 3 switches on the machine. Sometimes they're pressure switches, sometimes they turn, and there's always 2 positions. One position will be, or one switch will be to turn on the machine itself and run its systems. The other one will be to turn the heating on. We need to check that the heating isn't on until the machine's definitely full of water. So to do that, make sure both the switches are off and then turn the power on to the machine. Open steam arms we don't really need, so close those down so we know all the taps are shut. And then we'll turn on the power. On this one it's underneath, this Rancilio machine. Turn the power on, we don't want the heating on, we turn that off. And then there'll be a noise when the pump cuts in, like that, and just refills the boiler. It should only last a few seconds. If it lasts for a minute or more, you've got a problem, the water's turned off. So you need to recheck the water system and then try again. If the machine makes a really loud noise, a real loud rattling noise, that would suggest there is no water to the machine. So straight away turn it off, check the stop taps, try again. When it's finished filling up with water, the machine will go quiet and we need to turn on the element. And they're usually marked with a little jagged lightning strike on the label. So just look for that. It may be on a rotary switch, so you've got one position to turn the machine on, second position to turn on the heating. And on this Rancilio, it's on a little separate switch here with a green neon light to show you when it's on. So we'll turn that on, and the machine will start heating. You may have to wait up to 30 minutes for the machine to heat, so don't be impatient, just wait, and it will go on to heat eventually. You'll know it's up to heat and up to pressure because one of these gauges at the moment is on 0, that's the pressure gauge, and it will go up to 1 bar. So don't do anything until it reaches 1 bar. The machine may have a display on like this one, it'll tell you it's ready. If it doesn't, just go by the gauge, you're looking for 1 bar pressure, then you know it's finished heating and it's ready for use.